Composition of functions. As though we have not had enough, we are taking this as next level. This is like a meta level, a function of a function. So we'll start with something light. We want to find g of f of 2. If we want to find g of f of 2, I will first need to find what is f of 2. What is f of 2? Well, f of 2 is square root of 3 times 2 minus 5, and f of 2 is 1. Now that I know what is g of f, I know what is f of 2, g of f of 2 is merely g of 1. And what is g of 1? Well, I will substitute 1 for x and I will get 2. That was pretty painless. So basically, you have to find what is this number inside before you can do the second operation. Let's do this one real quick. We want to know what is f of g of 3. Well, what is f of g of 3? Well, we first need to find g of 3. If we do the substitution here, g of 3 will be 10. 3 squared is 9 plus 1 is 10. And then f of g of 3 is now f of 10. F of 10 is directly square root of 3 times 10 minus 5 equals 5. Okay, so if you like to write it that way. So I've given you two options. You can work them either way. We can actually find the function of a function without just substituting values. So let's take this one first, f of g of x. Well, if we have f of g of x, so we have f of g of x. I will first write f of x. We'll try a bunch of different ways. F of x is 3x minus 1, 3x raised to minus 1. I will replace the x with g of x. I will replace the x with g of x. So I will remove the x and I will write g of x. Okay. I don't know what g of x is. No, I do know what g of x is. What is g of x? G of x is 4x minus 5 raised to minus 1. And I will simplify it as this. Okay. And it says find the domain. Well, we like to avoid zeros in the denominator, and the only place where the denominator is 0 is when x is 5 over 4. So we do not want x to be 5 over 4. You can write it this way or write it in a more formal way. As long as you communicate with me that x shouldn't be 5 over 4, we are happy. Let's try another one. Let's do this one because it's rather tricky but also kind of sweet. So what is f of x? What is f of x? F of x is 3x raised to minus 1. And I want to know f of x, so I will replace the x inside with f of x. So if I replace this x with f of x, I have to replace this x with f of x. As you can see, I've replaced this x with f of x. But what is f of x? Well, f of x is 3x raised to minus 1 raised to minus 1. Now we have this negative 1 as the outside exponent, and so this negative 1 will go to both of them. So this exponent here will become 3 raised to minus 1, and this one will become x because this has a 1 here. So 1 multiplied by minus 1 is minus 1, and minus 1 multiplied by minus 1 is positive 1. 3 multiplied by 3 raised to minus 1, this is 1/3. So 3 multiplied by 1/3 is 1 and you are left with x. And the domain is everybody. We don't have any problems here. X is a pretty easy function. There you go. Function of a function.